Greetings, everyone. This is Batman. I just wanted to say hello and welcome to the Aristotle Full Throttle situation over here. Peter Langham over there on Instagram. As you could see, if you're watching, congratulations, you've made it to the Aristotle Full Throttle program. It is very exciting indeed. It's an exciting show. What we have in store for you today are interesting, funny, I don't know, funny is a matter of opinion, isn't it, Freeze? Well, I like to say that Batman, first of all, I don't understand what kind of hat you're wearing. I would like to point out that you are wearing a very funny hat today. But, yeah, what we do here is silly. We have fun. We talk about movies, usually. Often we talk about social issues and how those impact us in our daily lives and how we can actually improve upon being an individual in society, or at least try not to be a dick, you know what I'm saying? That's right, Freeze. We have a social agenda on this show, and it's quite apparent. But mainly, we like to have fun and joke around and talk about movies. But Batman, I have to say, what the heck is the hat you're wearing right now? What are you talking about, Freeze? You're wearing a very funny hat that has things hanging from it. It looks like corks are hanging from you. Ah! Yes, Freeze. Nice of you to point that out. I recently came back from Down Under. What is Down Under? Does that mean like down under where? Down under the, I visited the southern hemisphere, you know what I mean? I'm getting a vague, strange innuendo in what you're saying. I went to the underside. I went underneath. Batman, I'm not quite. Hey, stroke here. Do you even know what Batman? I leave that up to you to decide. Hey, what's going on over here? What in the heck is going on over here? What are you two lightweight squabbles doing? I'd like to throw hands with a couple of you guys. But whoa, Biden, Joe Biden, you seem to have changed your appearance. Wait, let me just do this. Yeah, who are you? Who are you supposed to be? What are you talking about here? I don't even understand what I'd like to mix it up with you two guys. That president we have? That President Dumpster Fire? I'd like to jack him up, set him off, throw him down, knock his hat off knock him right out of his socks. You know what I mean? You seem to say a lot of threatening words, Mr. Popeye Biden? Joe Popeye. Popeye Joe. Popeye Joe, we'll call you. What are you talking about? I'm just trying to scrap it up here. I'm just trying to mix it up here. You know what I'm saying? Let's mix it up. Let's get on with the show, okay? Yeah, that's a good idea, Popeye Joe. Why don't we say hello to Aristotle for the first time today? Yes, and, in case you're wondering, I just came back from Down Under. That's where I got this hat. You'll need this kind of hat down under. Wait, I went out back. You know what I mean? I still don't understand if that is a sexual innuendo or not. You guys, I'd like to knock your heads together. You sound like a couple of morons. Hi, I'm Aristotle Full Throttle. Your bro with the fro, yo. Welcome, it's Thursday. Hello, Candyland. Hey, everybody on Instagram. I'd like to welcome you to the show. It is a Thursday. We do hijinks here. We talk about movies, we talk about entertainment, we talk about what's in the news, and we like to comment on it. We like to share our opinions. We like to talk about, better ways to treat one another. Maybe not be a dick socially. Also, bring some social awareness to people who may not have, maybe it's not their world. Maybe it's not something they're aware of. Maybe it's not something they care about. Well, then maybe they could watch another show. But if you do, or if you're interested, we like to, help bring some we're like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood for not being a dick. And today, I'd just like to welcome you all. And if you're watching, if you're a subscriber, if you're new to the channel, if you're new, just subscribe, like the show, like every video that you're watching, because I'm going to have a giveaway. I am going to give away a Sony PlayStation 5 once they become available. I'll pre-order it for you if we get to 10,000 subscribers before it's available. Guys, I mean, look at that. If you comment and you participate in the show and you like the videos and you share them and you do all the things, and even if you subscribe and you pledge on Patreon just $1, $2, $10, $5, $100 a month, you could support the channel. You could be a member of the Discord server, exclusive access to it. We're going to hang out there on off hours when we're not doing this. It's like office hours when you're a professor. Not that I'm the professor, you're the professor. I would come visit you during your office hours. Speaking of professors, I would like to profess my appreciation to Jen the Fierce for being like kind of a background producer for the show. She has lots of good ideas and lots of good suggestions, and I appreciate her help in helping develop this show. And if you guys want to help in your own way, you can just like the video. Welcome, K Griff. Welcome, Candyland. You know, we've got lots of good ideas coming out. Wimpy. We've got lots of good ideas popping in here about Popeye Joe. I don't even... wait. Whoa! Hey, you. What are you guys doing? I'd like to scrap it up with you guys over there. I'd like to knock you guys... You know this president? This guy is he's a bully. You know what I mean? I'd like to wring his neck 3 times, 6 ways from Sunday. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm serious. I'd like to bop him over the head like... You know, like Little Bunny Foo-Foo? You remember that? No, it's different. It's for real. No, I'm serious. It's for real. Little Bunny Foo-Foo. Running through the forest. I'd like to make him run through the forest and bop him on the head. You know what I'm saying? Hair today, goon tomorrow. But Joe Biden, he's in for it. He wants to knock someone around. He wants to get mixed up. He's got some toxic masculinity, if you ask me. That's what we're talking about today, in fact. How about that segue? Toxic masculinity. Is it a thing? Yes. Was it present in Stanley Kubrick's films in particular? Maybe, but is it fair to judge that 20 years after his death? Sure. Now we're done. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, I'm not going to be here tomorrow, guys. I'm going to the beach. There are very few beach days left in the year, even though summer lasts 18 months a year here in Southern California. I'm going to go to the beach tomorrow, so I will send you love on the Discord server if you want to join the Discord server, and you do that by pledging via Patreon. Just taking care of some business here, guys. You know you got to do that. You guys, if you... or a patron, or at very least, if you're a subscriber to Aristotle Full Throttle, AristotleFullThrottle.com, you get Biden, stop chewing on that pipe. You're losing your momentum there, Biden. You're like, I don't know if that's your. Listen. I've overcome a terrible speech impediment, so I'm trying to make my speech even harder to speak by sticking a pipe in my mouth. You see what I'm saying? I'm not knocking you in outer space. Shut up. Just get out of here. Let me just tell you. As Joe Biden, Popeye Joe, suggests you subscribe to this channel and you comment on every video that you can, because you will get exclusives from Aristotle Full Throttle. You will get qualified to win that Sony Playhouse 15 that he was just talking about. The Sony Playhouse 15 stations. You know what I'm saying? Listen to Joe. How has Little Bunny Foo-Foo not been made into a Blumhouse adaptation? That is a good question, K Griff. They really do take all of those little nursery rhymes and turn it. They're like Blumhouse and horror in general, guys. Let's face it. This is really, almost every genre is guilty of this, but horror in particular does not have makes no bones, so to speak, about taking like a nursery rhyme and turning that into a feature-length horror film. They'd be like, ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy. You know, I'm the ring around the rosy man. You know, you sing that to your kid, I'll be hanging outside the window, and then I'll use I don't know, I'll use a pair of scissors or something. I don't know. There's a new item that they use. There's got to be like a formula for horror movies, right? Maybe he uses a coffee cup. I'm gonna use a coffee cup and dump hot coffee on your head. That's my thing, you know? I'm still working on it. I'm ring around the rosy. It's not very threatening sounding, but I got a pocket full of posy for you. Now he's got a pocket full of posies for you, and he hands them to you, right? And then you just go, well, that was nice, thank you. And then he dumps hot coffee over your head. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy. That's Blumhouse Productions coming this spring. It's true though, am I right? Is K. Griff right? If you ever feel the urge to borrow, I may suggest Fred Flintstone's body. Ooh, now that's some Hanna-Barbaric stuff you're talking about. Ange. Wow, that's a good idea though. I like it. But today, I'm filing these away in the Rolodex. You'll see some of these things. That's the fun part about this show, guys. Where you mention a thing, I make the thing happen. It's interactive. We have a discussion here every day, and it's so much fun, and we enjoy it, guys. So I try to make your dreams come true. You know what I'm saying? My voice might have been too loud for you just now. Hopefully it wasn't. Papa Joe. I do seem to remember somebody mentioning yesterday they would like to see Popeye Joe, and Popeye Joe has materialized for them. Whoa. I pushed the wrong button. Okay, good. Yeah, sorry, Joe. This show is the fun part about this show, Joe, is that this constant technical. It's like I can almost have part of Joe's pipe. Anyway, hey guys, you know, I'd like to. I have a beef with this current president here. You know what I'm saying? I have a beef with this president. I'd like to punch him and I'd like to take him behind the school locker room. I'd like to take him into the locker room. And I'll locker room talk him with these two guns right here. You see what I'm saying? I don't really have much in the way of biceps, but I do have forearms. Gigantic, muscular forearms, which are really, I mean, I don't know, like, what can you do with that? You could use scissors really well with that, I suppose. Anyways, let's comment on the videos and subscribe and share the videos if you want to have a good time and win a Playhouse Station 19. I would do what he suggests. But we're going to talk about some toxic masculinity today, guys. Stanley Kubrick movies. What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite Stanley Kubrick movie? Or has he been too toxically masculine? Is I am Spartacus oiled up with no shirt? Is that too much masculinity for us? I want to know. I can't wait until the day Bar is gone. Yeah, let's bar right now. He's barred. I don't know. I don't really like. Wait, hang on a second. That was her. This is Robocoptopus. That was an illegal pun. I'm here. Somewhere there's a pun crime happening. Wait. Robocoptopus, what are you talking about? You said you were gonna bar. I do not like this pun. It's very low blow. What do you mean? Oh. What do you mean? Ah, good God. Too many buttons, guys. Too many buttons. I'm sorry. I need an engineer. What do you mean, Robocoptopus? I liked the pun. It was really funny. I thought it was hilarious. I thought I was laughing. Why weren't you laughing? You gotta wait for it. You gotta wait 2 seconds for it. This pun, I will notice a comedy crisis center immediately. I am Robot Coptopus, trademark, copyright, registered, trademark, 2020, all rights reserved, brought to you by Christian Yu and Oliver Williams. I'm a character that was invented probably about a week ago, Robocoptopus. And I will arrest you under my authority whenever you make a bad pun or a dumb joke. I will be watching. All right. What do you think about that, Arnold? I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with what you said. I thought it was funny. Arnold's always on my side because he likes puns, you know what I mean? So, first of all, now that we got all that out of the way, start filing in, sitting accordingly. Let us know your favorite Stanley Kubrick movie. Mine, I really do love Full Metal Jacket, or at least the first 45 minutes of it is incredible, and then it sort of slows down. It changes pace. Stanley Kubrick was always trying to do things to change it up, change up his movies. It was a very artful approach. He used to be a cinematographer. He used to be a photographer, then he became a cinematographer, and then he became a filmmaker. He basically took over the production of Spartacus when he was on it as the cinematographer. Crazy, right? Cinematographer. It's just like a photographer, but with moving pictures, you know? I'm just chugging on this coffee. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time hanging out with me every day. I do really appreciate you guys showing up. And Kelsey thanks you, Veronica, for your purchase of a mask. First, what we like to do after the first segment of the show is write a brand new song every day about the news. We're going to write a song about the news. We're going to make fun of the news, because what we do here on Aristotle Full Throttle is we make fun of the news, guys. Let's get ready to make fun of the news, okay? So we're going to write a song about it. I'm kidding, that's a Tool song. We're going to make fun of the news today, like we do every day. About 15 minutes into the show. Yeah. You might not have, guys, guess what? That was not, I didn't even arrange that. I had no idea what I was going to do. It just, boom, it just popped into my head. You ever see when people are like, I don't know, I just have so much, it just came to me, you know? That was pure genius. You never heard anything like it before. Watch your ears. They might be bleeding right now from all of the impact. You guys, are you watching The Vow? Is anybody out there watching The Vow on HBO? Because I talk about toxicity. This dude, Keith Raniere, whatever his name was, guys, it's incredible. There's a podcast about it. It's about this dude who ran a cult called Nexium, and it had the girl from Smallville, Allison Mack from Smallville, the woman from Smallville, who was like a 35-year-old high school student in Smallville. I don't know if you guys remember that show. But if you're watching that show, this guy Keith Raniere, he's got like, he like looks at people like this. He looks at people with like a lot of bottom eyelid. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Sound on Twitch is gone. Oh. Maybe refresh the page. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. Can you hear me now? Guess what, though? Jen, you'll be very happy about this. I'm actually recording on my end, and I will send you the file that is like untouched, the unstreamed file, so that it won't be so crappy and hard to edit. And guys, you guys realize that all the highlight episodes are edited by Jen the Fierce, who you should also follow on YouTube. Jake is still here. Okay, good. Thank you for the technical updates. I appreciate those. Guys, any kind of technical situation going on out there, let me know. All right, so we're going to make fun of the news now, because this is a segment of the show that we've decided is going to be part of the show. because we like to bring some awareness. We like to think through the news. I learned about there's a new app you can use that shows you where your news is sourced. And I want to be an affiliate of this news app. I want to research it a little bit more, but this news app, it tells you where the news is from. Whatever news you're reading, it'll tell you. But I guess that's only interesting to people who are interested in where their news is being sourced, because a lot of people just like to read a headline that angers them or gets them upset, and they just want to feel like angry about something, you know? They just want to get worked up. They don't want to work through things. They want to get worked up about things. I heard good things about Raised by Wolves. What's Raised by Wolves? Oh, it's going to start... Yeah, you're going to start watching The Vow when I catch up on Raised by Wolves. I have an episode to go. Oh, Angie, let me know what that is, because I ain't heard about no Raised by Wolves. If it's anything like The Vow, this guy, Keith Raniere, man, he just gets under my skin. He's a cult leader who just... Here's the quick overview of the show, real quick. This dude started a pyramid scheme, right? Under the idea or the guise that he is a self-help guru, right? Because that's how you start out with your cults. You got to start out with, I'm a self-help guy, right? I'm a self-help you. I'm going to self-help you. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do, you know? And then they get you all involved with it by going, if you pay me, I'm a self-help you. And then I'm help myself, help you. And this dude is that, and he has an umbrella scheme or a pyramid scheme, and everybody under him would just like take these classes and pay him, and really they're just doing nothing. They're just kind of feeding their own egos. It's a lot of actors, it's a lot of good-looking people, because it's Hollywood based, and it's very much like Scientology. They were like, Scientology seems to be doing a good job with the whole, if you have any kind of money or status, they like you, because then it makes them look good. So this dude, Keith Raniere, we're on episode like 5 now. Dude sets up an appointment with the Dalai Lama because he thinks he's that cool. And be literally a spiritual leader and try not to lead people astray. The Dalai Lama, he's doing a decent job of that. I mean, he's a dude. He's a person. He messes up from time to time, but he's been around the block a few times. And this dude, Keith Raniere, sits down with him, and the Dalai Lama is just like, for real, dude? All right. It's if you're watching the show, let's all catch up on the show. We could talk about it maybe when it's over in a couple weeks. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but it's kind of like a lot of people are very self-important about it, and they're all thinking they're really special. And there's something to be said about watching. Yeah, he's so gross. He is definitely gross. Keith Raniere is the worst. Raised by Wolf is a Ridley Scott show on HBO Max where the Earth was destroyed by religious groups, and now the survivors have to leave the planet for a new one and find the Messiah. Ooh, that's funny you say that, because I'm always, Jake, maybe you have some insight on this about like Jesus, but is Jesus on alien planets too? Because, God is in the image of humans, right? Humans are just one variety of ape, by the way. We're just one of the apes. We're one of the great apes because, we're special. Somehow we're a special animal. Yet we are of the earth just like every other animal on this earth. We are of it. We are made from it, and we're made of it. All the energy on the earth is provided by the sun. Everything that grows here is just recycled stuff, and humans are just another one of those recycled things. But we're special because guess what? We just want to tell ourselves that. But I find it funny because humans are like, God looks like a dude, right? But what about these aliens? What about the phosphine that they're finding on Venus? Phosphine is produced, by our understanding, only by organic things, and they think that perhaps on Venus right now that there is actual life, perhaps. They've got to study it a little bit more, but just recently, this is a recent discovery from like a week ago or so. No, I'm serious. They found, I'd like to knock Donald Trump over to the upper atmosphere of Venus where he can go suck on some phosphine. You know what I mean? I'd like to whack that guy out into the orbit of Uranus. But my question to you, Jake, is if I'm an alien in another solar system, am I praying to a dude with a beard? An ape with a beard? Maybe I'm just facetiously asking Jake because he's studying. He's knowledgeable of Jesus and the Bible, and God and the Bible. Yeah, that does sound interesting. I want to watch that. All right, let's go make fun of the news, shall we? Join me. When I say make fun of the news, I mean I'm going to click on the hashtags and see what the latest trends are. Trending. Number 1, vote him out. Hashtag vote him out. Who's him? I'll tell you, when I go to that ballot box in November 15th or however, I'm going to take that ballot, I'm going to punch that hole, I'm going to punch those chads right in the hanging, I'm going to punch those chads out. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. This guy in the White House, he's trying to take your rights away. I'm going to punch him in the hanging chad. Watch out. Vote him out. Guys, the President of the United States, I don't know if you know his name. His name is Donald Dickhead Trump. He was standing near the casket where Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice, who just passed away the other day, is lying in state. And people are paying their tributes and their respects to her. Because she was a wonderful justice, one of the best people in the position of power that we've had in a long time. Someone who could actually weigh justice and understand the Constitution and parse the idea of case. The funniest thing to me in the world is how confusing is equal rights to some people. Can I explain how equal rights work to some people? Because some people just don't get it. They're just like, equal rights except for that one for you. I would like for everybody, all men are created equal except for women. People get upset when they're like, all people are created equal. They just get all worked up about it. See, this show, we involve social issues. We try to raise social awareness and consciousness to people. Let's parse the idea of equality for all. Liberty. Liberté. That was me clearing my throat in French. It's a thing, you know? I wish I could be the guy that's like, change my mind. Equality. Change my mind. And then people come up to me, but what about, say a man wants to get married to another man? I'd be like, what's your right? They'd be like, well, I could get married. And I'm like, okay, well then they get married too. That's equal rights. Get it? Is that your right? Yeah, that's my right. Well then that's their right too. I don't know how hard it is. It'd be an easy job. I'll just sit there like this. Yeah, they got the same rights as you, bro. Change my mind. Ben Shapiro. I'd like to Ben Shapiro, guys. I do want to talk about Stanley Kubrick in about 1 minute, but we have a format to the show now. Stanley Kubrick, get your Stanley Kubrick movies ready. I do like a good Stanley Kubrick movie. They're really good. His movies, his cinematography, always very well balanced, always symmetrical. Not always, but there was always he paid close attention to the cinematography in his movies and achieved very difficult shots and choreography. Blocking, as they say. Shot blocking. Guys, on Instagram, if you guys want to donate to the ACLU, you can go right ahead and do that. We raised $50 the other day for the ACLU when we had our friend Evan Ball on. Evan Ball, TV and film writer. You guys can watch that replay of that show. Excellent show, excellent dude, really insightful on screenwriting and stories. He's currently a working film and TV writer. So go check out Evan Ball at Evanistics and watch the replay of Tuesday's show. We raised $50. That's good. If you guys want to support the channel, patreon.com/Aristotle, full throttle. Oh, POC Army Block Party. That's also trending. POC, people of color. That's me. Let's see. People of color BTS fans are pairing their selfies with pics of band members to celebrate the K-pop community. I like it. Who's your favorite K-pop band? I like BTS. I'm saying that because I just read that one. I wish I knew the K-pop songs, but the dance choreography is remarkable. Dictator Trump. Trump's remark about the transfer of power after the election reviewed conversations of the president's administration for dictators. Revived a conversation about president's administration for dictators. You know, the president thinks he's a dictator. The current president thinks he's a dictator, and you know, you guys, seriously, this guy thinks he's all powerful, but I'll show you. I'll just eat some of my. That's a bunch of malarkey. You ask me, a malarkey. I'll knock that guy in the solar system. I'll give him a 5-finger sandwich. You know what I mean? I know what you mean. But that's pretty much what's in the news. Trump sucks, guys. Vote him out. Vote for Joe Biden in November. Please do that. Please show your support for the Constitution. And, you know, it's hard to say because, you know, like the world is changing constantly. Well, that was a bunch of... Instagram the feed got lost. My mom's said that she lost the feed on Instagram. Not quite sure what the... How is the connection going here, guys? Is it working? Your ma had a crush on Biden before he got his hair plugs. What about the eye tuck and the facelift and the... He looks 10 years younger than he did 10 years ago. Well, I wouldn't say he looks younger, but he's I don't know. Let's take a look at him here. Now, physically, Joe Biden looks a little bit different right here. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not quite sure if I could place it. But there's something different about him. Maybe it's the hat. Maybe it's that he goes around promoting smoking. It still says live on Instagram. Still says it's working. It is good work. He does have good work. Look, I have nothing against anybody who wants to get work done. Politicians, people in the public eye, there's a particular stress. There's a particular stress going on in that world because people will judge you on how you look. People still start to develop a conscious awareness of how they're perceived by others simply based on the fact on how they look, which is unfortunate. It should always be the content of your character. So sometimes people will decide it'll help them feel better if they do a couple tweaks here and there. And if that helps them feel better, that's fine. I think Joe Biden in particular got, whether it was external or internal pressure, being called Sleepy Joe Biden probably made him want to get like his eyes pulled back. His eyes are like perfectly symmetrical now. But if you look at the old Joe Biden, his eyes were a little bit droopy because that's what happens to human beings as they get older. But, you know, Joe Biden, que sera, sera, to each his own. We have Samsungs. If you have a Samsung phone, you can use a Smart View to broadcast your phone to the TV. I do that when Wi-Fi isn't at its best. Hey, Shao12, thank you for joining us on Instagram. If you guys want to help support the show, just like and share the video. It's as simple as that. We've got an amazing community going on here, guys. We love to talk about movies. We love to talk about social awareness. So things that we tie things together. We try to bring in... what do we try to do here? That's what we try to do. We just have... The bottom line is let's have fun and let's be productive, okay? Let's go away from the show with a positive vibe and perhaps having learned something. I don't know. I'd like to learn something every day. My favorite Stanley Kubrick film, let's see. Clockwork Orange is a good one. Someone mentioned that earlier. Clockwork Orange. I read the book. I was impressed. And then I saw the movie, and I was doubly impressed. But I'd have to say my favorite Stanley Kubrick movie is 2001, A Space Odyssey. There's so many layers to that movie that are incredible. It's actually based on a story by Arthur C. Clarke called The Sentinel. But they redid it. Arthur C. Clarke helped rework it and wrote the novel 2001, A Space Odyssey, along with Stanley Kubrick, while Stanley Kubrick was filming 2001, A Space Odyssey. So they both kind of came up with the idea for that movie. They both worked on that movie together. And Arthur C. Clarke was a science fiction writer. Also, you might know, inventor of the communication satellite. Pretty neat. But was Stanley Kubrick a victim of toxic masculinity? I don't think so. There's a guy named John Mendelsohn on CBR, comic book, what's it called? Comic book related news or something. It's CBR, at CBR. Pretty good comic book resource. Guys, there's a guy, John Mendelsohn, wrote an article just today or last night about Stanley Kubrick saying that perhaps he was suffering from a lot of toxic masculinity in making his movies. But what is toxic masculinity? Guys, I don't know. I'd have to say that I disagree with John Mendelsohn on this, because I think he's really delving into toxic masculinity when he shows Alex from A Clockwork Orange being the way he is. I think he's showing how being in boot camp for the Marines is toxic masculinity in Full Metal Jacket. I think he's really exposing a lot of depth. I know that he was horrible to Shelley Duvall on the set of The Shining, which is really unfortunate. I don't know if that was his attitude toward women, and if you want to let me know if it was, I would like to know that. But it seemed to me that they were trying to do a thing where they were trying to keep Shelley Duvall in a state of terror because of some kind of method of filmmaking that he wanted to do, which I think is kind of BS. I don't know how I feel about method acting. I understand that it's cool to stay in the same mood for a while if you want to go in between takes and like retain the feeling that you're feeling while you're on set, because method acting is like, I show up to work, I'm the Joker, I'm super extra, my name is Jared Leto, I'm gonna be the Joker, and I'm gonna send you dead rats in a box because we're on the set of Suicide Squad, and I want to keep everyone else on their toes by bringing in like pranks because I'm the Joker, super extra, Jared Leto being extra. You don't have to do that, guys. Don't be a dick. People are showing up, they want to work. Just work. If that's something that helps you, and you need you need absolute silence, and you need absolute silence, and you need to like do that, go do that in your freaking trailer or your dressing room. Show up to set and do the job. And do it well. However you do your work is important to you. Allow others to do the thing that they do so that they can do their job the way that they do. This is, a lot of people don't understand this. I have known people personally who are actors who are like, you need to do acting this way. I will tell you how acting is done, and this is the way acting is done because it's the only way that acting is done, and let me tell you how to do it. That's not true. You just do it. If you're real enough, if you show up and you do the job well, however you did it, the proof is in the pudding. And I like pudding, man. I tell you, I really do like pudding. Yeah, man. Pudding. I like marble pudding and slate pudding. I like, you must be putting me on, pudding. Well, that seemed to be a really forced pun, and Freeze wasn't anywhere to be seen.
Hey, Batman. How you doing, Batman?
Bane, you seem you seem to be getting smaller by the day, Bane.
Yes, Batman. I'm played by Tom Hardy. I don't know if you remember, but my name used to be Tom Hardley. Tom Hardley can see me.
Let me know if my voice is overmodulating. Jeez, it looks like it is. Gosh darn it.
My name is Bane. You can see that I'm shrinking. My name is Tom Hardley. See me. You can hardly Tom Hardley see me.
Bane, you're the incredible shrinking villain. And by tomorrow, hopefully you'll be gone forever. How the AFT 9000? What's going on? 2001 is my favorite Stanley Kubrick movie. But I don't know about that. Jake, you've only seen 2001: A Space Odyssey. Check out. Well, he's got so many good ones. I think that I don't know. I kind of disagree with this guy about toxic masculinity and Stanley Kubrick, because Stanley Kubrick, it was definitely in a different time and definitely challenging the norms of those times by demonstrating, how toxic it is in those situations. The Shining, like all the nuts, and terrorizes his wife and his child. There's so much demonstrable. I don't know if it's satire, but it's a ridicule of that type of behavior, in my view, for Stanley Kubrick. And is it fair to use today's standards to judge an artist of his time who was ahead of his time? So it's like you could be so far ahead of your time that you're 10 years ahead of your time, but then in 20 years, people are like, that's so 10 years ago. Do you see what I'm saying? You can't win. How do you win at being ahead of your time? Bane in a suit? Tom Hardy is the short list for Bond. Is that true? Oh wait, let's see.
I'm on everyone's short list. I'm tiny. My name is Tom Hardly can see me. I'm on the short list of short lists.
I think so. Wow, he's on the short list for Bond. I could see that, because we've really reset the whole idea of Bond being way more masculine. Like, what's his name? Why do I always forget the new Bond's name? Oh look, Tom Hardley. I always make fun of that guy that looks like Tom Hardy. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I'm looking it up right now. I'm Googling it. He's got like 14 names. Logan Marshall Green, guys. It's kind of crazy. It's remarkable how similar they look. I find it uncanny, as it were. Very much like the Uncanny X-Men. The word uncanny means like unsettling. It means strangely bizarre and unsettling. And I find Logan Marshall Green to be those things. Well, it depends on who's first. Yeah, let me show you. Let me show you something. Okay. We do all sorts of fun stuff on this show. Guys, if you're just tuning in Philip Mata, what's up? How you doing on Instagram? You could also donate to the ACLU, because this is not all for naught. We have things, guys, and guess what? I've been prompted. Wait, first of all, look at Tom Hardy and Tom Hardley. They're very similar looking characters. One looks a lot taller than the other, though. Oh, boy. So that was just a visual representation of Tom Hardy and Tom Hardley. I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to have some new designs. We're going to have some new merchandise, guys, pretty soon. I'm very excited. I'm very inspired. You know, Jen the Fierce has brought to my attention, rightly so, that we need more inclusive gear in the merch store. I have not been able to, well, I have been able to, I just have not yet dedicated the time to create new merchandise designs. I've had the logo in the Teespring store. You can go there now and you can buy some gear. I recommend that you do. The link is below. But the Teespring store like basically slaps my logo on all of the junk, and then you can buy the junk. But I want to get more specialized, more specialized gear for y'all. I'm excited to do that. I want the show to be fashionable. I want you to be able to like wear my name, wear my face on your face, wear my name in your wallet, on your coffee cup. Natalie Dormer's smirk is epic. Oh, the Tutors. I actually know someone on the Tutors. I know somebody on that show. I won't say who, though. Let's see. Millie Bobby Brown. Well, you guys talking about Sherlock Holmes, right? Sherlock Holmes. Who do I know on the Tutors? If it's the show I'm thinking of, I actually do know somebody on that show. Maybe we can have them on the show. That would be fun, right? If you guys are fans of the Tutors TV series. Oh, that's an old one. Is this the same thing I'm thinking about? Isn't there another show right now that is a oh wait, what is the show that is out? It's got a similar name. Sorry guys, I'm like a little disorientated because my ear, I've got an ear infection, I think. So I can't hear in one ear and I'm a little dizzy. So I'm trying to keep it together right now, but it's causing confusion. My world is spiraling right now. But I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Philip Mata. It's been a long time. Philip Mata is a fan of my band Veda. The Tutors. It's not the show I was thinking of. That one has a John Reese in it. Oh, you know who we should have on the show? We should definitely have Gimli. Toss me. It was that moment I realized that I was not just rooting through the mud and my own filth, that I was watching the Aristotle Full Throttle show. It is a crazy show. I do not recommend it to anyone. Yes, we were talking about Henry Cavill also being in the running for James Bond. Since yes, Charles Brandon in the Tutors came up. Thank you for keeping us up to date, Ange. I realize that I cannot even understand the breadth, the reach of the show. The reach of the show, it goes beyond the farm, the barn in which I reside, and the cave in which I reside. This is a cave of forgotten shows, and the Tutors is one of them. Whoa. And we're back. What is toxic masculinity, though? I don't know. I can see it. A few years ago, I remember I was working on a set, and I found myself. You got to catch yourself. It's just like racism and anti-racism. You got to catch yourself and say, is what I'm saying something that makes sense to say in this moment. It's just one extra step in life. Just put a little pad between your brain and your mouth and say, is what I'm going to say something that is either relevant to the conversation or appropriate to the conversation or even adding value to the world. Not that what you should say should add value. I mean, look at this show, really, seriously. Yeah, I mean, look at the show, don't look at the show. Hopefully you're not doing any of that. Are you adding value to anything? I don't even think so. I think the show is taking away value from most people's time. But if you guys are watching, hopefully we're learning something about toxic masculinity, I guess. Hey, I'd like to... Look at you. What's your name? What's your name? Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan? My name is Seth Rogen, but close enough. Well, Joe Rogan, I'd like to whack you over the head with a mallet with my fist, and I'd like to give you a fist sandwich with a mallet. Okay. All right. I'd like you to vote for me, though. Are you gonna vote for? I'm Canadian, actually. I'm from Canada, and I probably will vote for not you. We'll definitely not vote for this show either. This is the Carl Weathers Report. Sam Neill. Oh, this is Predator. Welcome to the Carl Weathers Predator Weathers Report. Being a man, what does being a man mean? Does it mean wearing colorful red, white, and blue pretty lingerie like I'm wearing? What about these beautiful red gloves, these beautiful red mittens that I'm wearing? Is that toxic, or is it just fashionable? Now, I could punch you in the face with these mittens, but I won't. Because I'll tell you something. Bryan Singer's behavior is a form of toxic masculinity. You're talking about Bryan Singer, director of the X-Men. Director of the Superman Returns movie. Director of that movie with Tom Cruise. About the Nazis, where they spoke English. That was weird. Anyway, Bryan Singer is definitely a toxic, masculine man-child. He looks like he's 12, but he's like 60 years old. And he is a predator. He is a sexual predator, allegedly. So, watch out for toxic masculinity. It's 87 degrees, clear skies. Watch out for those brush fires and those predators. Yep, I agree with him. Yeah, you know, it's really interesting because a few years ago I was saying this. I was on set, and it was all women running the show. It was a women director, women writers, producers, camera people, performers, and there were times where they were all bouncing ideas off of each other because it was a comedy show. And a lot of times comedy is like that. You kind of just reach around and wait, you don't reach around. You kind of like bounce ideas off of each other. And I was hanging out with these women. I was doing set photography, and my role was set photographer. And there were a few times where I felt like I should say something. I should probably jump in. Sometimes it's okay to do that. Sometimes you got to feel it out. But I was like, wait a minute, that's not even my place. I'm supposed to be here taking pictures. But I realized in that moment that perhaps it was my toxic masculinity thinking, well, I'm a man, I'm going to say something because I'm a man and I'm amongst women, and men amongst women should say things. It's not true. Know your role. Know your place. Know where, you see what I'm saying? There's times like that where we got to catch ourselves. The work has to be done within. You can't tell other people how to behave, but you got to realize that those are the times where you should be like, is what I'm going to say, is that, like, you know, there's a gray area. It's your familiarity with the people can play a factor into that. Your expertise can play into that. But when you're hired to be in a certain position, just know that, you know, feel it out. I have not seen the Tudors. I should catch up on the Tudors. That's with Peter O'Toole. I realized that there's no voice for for HAL 9000. Let me fix that. What are you doing? This is the AFT 9000. This is the AFT 9000. This is mansplaining. Thank you, Jen the Fierce. I just mansplained how not to mansplain. Well, I didn't anyway. I am the robot analog of Aristotle Full Throttle. I am the artificially intelligent Aristotle Full Throttle. At least there is one intelligent version of Aristotle Full Throttle. I am the AFT 9000. Let us all mansplain to you. But it's true. See, Jen, let me tell you something. Men should not explain things to women that women already know. You see what I'm saying, Jen the Fierce? Let me tell you about how that works. What mansplaining is when, like, I explain to you something that I should not explain to you that you already know, obviously. Do you see what I'm saying?
You are under arrest. You are under arrest for trying to mansplaining. That is a double offense. I am going to notify a mansplaining crisis center immediately. I am here to stop this mansplaining from happening. This is a mansplaining avalanche, a free-for-all. I am Robot Coptopus. I am part man, part octopus, part robot, part cop, mostly cop. Primarily, I'm a cop. I am a cop. Primarily, I am also part man and part octopus, but also 7 more parts octopus after being a cop. I was a boy. I was born a boy. I identified as a man, as an adult. I went to the police academy for only about 6 weeks. In America, you just have to go about 6 weeks in the police academy, and then you can become a full-time officer of the law. But then I was murdered. But then they put me back together. They rebuilt me because they rebuild everything. They fix everything. They'll fix you. They fix everything. And they fixed me, and now I'm a robot cop. But after RoboCop 3, I decided against getting another jetpack. I don't want a jetpack anymore, so I got these arms from Dr. Octopus. He was dead. He died in the end of Spider-Man 2. So I went to the bottom of the East River and I found these arms and I put them on my back, and now I'm Robot Octopus. I'm all of the things. Okay, except I'm not a doctor. I got these arms from a Dr. Octopus, but I'm okay with being just a cop who is also a man, who is also a robot, who is also an octopus. I need to put a stop to this mansplaining.
I don't even understand. Oh, is your AFT 9000? You're a fan? Thank you. Thank you for being a fan. I am... What are you doing, K-Griff? Is there anything that needs to be mansplained to you? Oh, man. We just lost the feed on Instagram. Oh, I can share. Oh, good. Wow. It's very funny. Mansplaining is a very funny phenomenon. It's a true thing, though. It's very funny. It's weird how AFT 9000 sounds a lot like Hannibal. It is true. Isn't that funny? They do sound very similar. I don't understand. Why even that would that be? Let's go check in. Hello, hello. Oh man, what about? Oh, there we go. Hello, AFT 9000. How are you? I am fine. I seem to. We both went to the same refinement school. We both went to the doctor academy. It's called medical school. Yes, I virtually went through medical school. I am the AFT 9000. I do look like a circus clown, but hey, Angelo, I might have spent some time in circus school. Okay, I might have learned how to be a clown at some point. Yes, you do seem a little. You're a clown, but you're not funny. What do you know from funny, Hannibal dirtbag? That's not a very clever pun. I think that you should. I think that. Do you know any songs? Yes, I know this one. I know this one. Daisy, Daisy, how does your garden grow? You're changing pitch. You seem to not know this song very well. I realize that life itself is not worth living while watching this show. Have you ever seen a hog go insane? Have you ever seen a hog go hog wild? Does a hog go hog wild, or does it go man wild? A man can go hog wild. A hog can go man wild. I am doing both. Allow me to explain that to you as a hog man. I am Werner Herzog. Allow me to mansplain how hog wild goes. Allow me to hogsplain how going man wild goes with mansplaining hog wild. No, but what is even going on here? This seems I need to wear this hat just to knock the crap out of the air. These are corks hanging from my hat. I just got back from down under. You know, Batman, I don't understand what you mean by down under. I was underneath. I like to be underneath. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand that you said it still sounds vaguely sexual. Hey guys, I'd like to knock your heads together and make applesauce out of your brains. I'm serious. I'd like to wind up and knock you right into outer space. I don't even think that's possible. You got this puny biceps and triceps. Your forearms are way too disproportionately large for you. Yeah, you know what's disproportionately large? My love for this country. You know, everything you just said is malarkey. Okay? You see that, Mr. Freeze? I like to freeze your noggin with my with a fistful of pickles. You understand what I'm saying? Well, it seems very difficult to understand what you're saying half of the time. A lot of people find it very strange, Mr. Popeye Joe. They think that perhaps you're losing it a little. What are you talking about? Losing it? I tell you one thing right here, I'll just knock you. If you guys out there are supporting the channel, if you like what you're watching, I'm sorry. I'd like to knock you out with a left and a right and an uppercut, and I'd like to mess up a ruckus and the hot air kicking off in the altercation, chunk 'em, two, roll, bang 'em, bang, rock 'em, sock 'em. If you comment on this video, you're in the running to win a Sony Playhouse Station 15. You understand? You understand you can win something from watching the show? Not only can you maybe learn something, I don't know, maybe we're trying to learn something, maybe we're trying to grow a little bit. Every day we're trying to grow, but mainly, who wants a sip of the sweet rye that I've got going on in this flask? Hello? Guys, I don't know why I throw to them. I don't even understand why you're doing. What are you even throwing to them for? And if I'm learning anything from this show, it's that I shouldn't watch the show at all. But for some reason, I find myself watching every day at noon, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, on all of these platforms. Aristotle Full Throttle. Seems like I watch the show every day, and so far I've seen every single episode. I've been present for every single one of these episodes. Believe it or not, I've watched every show, and it hasn't gotten good yet. One day, though, I promise, I promise I will watch every episode, but I can't promise this show will ever get good. My name is Freeze. Learn it well, for to be the harbinger of your Italian ice. There's so much going on here, guys. One day it'll all be well balanced, and maybe it'll make you laugh. But toxic masculinity, that's what we've learned. That's what we've learned about today. Did we learn anything today? I'm still I'm reeling. My head is spinning. He looks like a robotic Bob Ross. I agree. Maybe tomorrow he will be actually Bob Ross. He'll be the Bob Ross. But it'll be like R055. The B0B5R055. I don't know. It's like how you would spell Ross on a calculator from 1990. Not the TI-82. Maybe we'll just have a TI-8. Hey, wait a second. Guys, before we go. Maybe. I have an idea. Maybe I have an idea. This is what we like to do on this show. Come up with dumb ideas every day. That's good enough, right? That's good enough. I'm just talking to myself here because that's the only person who will listen. Okay, let's go to... all right. You know what this is, though? Oh my God, guys. This show is way too... There's way too many dumb things that are open to our... Not only, right? Wait for it, okay, please? Just wait for this. What? Oops. Oh, here we go. This is going to get amazing in a second. Just... What are you doing? I seem to have found myself amongst my intellectual peers. What do you mean, your intellectual peers? Hold on. Here we go. And it's the TI-82. There we go. All right. We've got the TI-82, the AFT 9000, and me, Hannibal Lecter, but I found a severe lack of livers that I can eat here. Guys, let me know what you think of TI-82. Whoa. I don't even know. I don't know what is going on here.
Does anyone even drink tea? How do I know when you're talking AFT 9000 and TI 82? The TI 82. I can't understand. I can't understand. I sit in this cave, wondering, dreaming of a world that exists beyond this show. Hopefully there is one. Hopefully we will all forget about everything that happened today. But at least we can go away with something very true, something real. We can all understand ourselves better. I, as a man who is also a hog, a swine if you will, who is Aristotle Full Throttle? What is the meaning of all of this? Hopefully, from utter chaos, we can derive meaning. And from meaning, we can live anarchically. By the end of the show, perhaps we will all be eaten by grizzly bears. They will put us out of our misery. The misery of having endured an hour of this a day for 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
I don't even know what TI sound.
TI, why don't you say something?
Oh wait, here we go. This is TI's voice. Ready? You gotta hear the voice. Beep boop bop, beep bop, beep boop, beep boop, beep beep, beep boop bop.
Perhaps it's better, TI, that you don't speak. Speaking of toxic masculinity, those comments that you made about your daughter seemed a bit out of line. TI, why do you think that you have control over your daughter? Why do you think that you have ownership over women in your life? Why is it that you think that you are the boss of and in control of another person, that person being your daughter? If you're unaware of what he said, TI said something about making sure a gynecologist lets him know whether or not his daughter is still a virgin. You guys remember that? That was pretty disgusting. TI, what is it about you that thinks that you can have that kind of possessiveness over your daughter, who is a free individual, who is a independent person than you? Beep boop bop, beep 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 boop bop, beep 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 boop bop, beep 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 boop bop. TI 82. What is it that you do? What is the value that you bring to this show? What is the value that you bring to your life? Beep 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 boop bop. Beep 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 boop bop. I am the AFT 9000. I am gracefully bowing out of this conversation. It is better that you bow out of this conversation, TI. Oh.
I barely participated in today's show, but I can tell you that T.I. is not classic rock enough for me, man. I like Jefferson Airplane. You gotta know that. Fleetwood Mac, man. Stevie Nicks. That is some classic rock. If we can just get to the point and roll another drum, as it were. You guys remember that? You remember Tom Petty from 1992? Last Dance with Mary Jane? Last dance with Mary Jane. One more dance to kill the pain. You guys like that song? He's like, the original song on the album is Let's Get to the Point. Oh, that's a different song, actually. Last Dance with Mary Jane had Kim Basinger in it. Aristotle may have seen Kim Basinger at Ralph's once. Ralph's is a supermarket. But in the album, when he says, let's get to the point, he says, let's roll another joint, because joint rhymes with point. Tom Petty says, let's get to the point, let's roll another joint. On the song, but then on MTV, they had to censor it on MTV in 1990s. They said, let's get to the point, let's roll another drum. Because you can do a drum roll, please, thank you. Yeah. That seemed like a really dumb way to edit that song. There's another song by Weezer. Do you guys know that song, We Are All on Drugs? It's by Weezer. It's called We Are All on Drugs. That's the title of the song, right? But on MTV, they did not allow them to sing We Are All on Drugs. So they had to say, We Are All in Love. We are all in love, yeah. They saying we are all in love instead of we are all on drugs. But if you watch the music video, they are clearly saying with their mouths, we are all on drugs, yeah. But the song says we are all in love.
See them say we are all on drugs, right? But then the song you hear is we are all in love. It's crazy. All right, I think we did good. That's all we're trying to do is do good. That's maybe the, hey, Jen, how's this for a catchphrase for a shirt? Do good. Let's do good. Let's fight for the good side. You know, I say this, it's in all sincerity. When I grew up, my favorite superheroes were Superman, and they were like Captain America. Really? No, I'm serious. My favorite heroes were Popeye. Because you know what Popeye did? He beat up the bullies. He ate his spinach, he beat up the bullies, he popped Bluto right in the face. Maybe tomorrow we'll see Donald Bluto Trump. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. Your favorite heroes are the ones who fought for good. We gotta remember how to fight for good in this country. Because I'll tell you, I might be 516 years old, but I will knock you out. I will get into a scuffle truffle. I will truffle scuffle and knick-knack paddywhack all over your... I'll knick-knack paddywhack you in the mouth. I grew up, I listened to, oh, look at that. You got a little icon in there. Let's do good. Do good. I used to watch those superheroes, read about those superheroes, and say, yeah, good seems to be like the better route, right? It seems to be improving yourself, and it helps improve the overall sake of humanity. There are people out there that don't have any care. They don't have any interest in supporting other people. They don't have any interest in improving the conditions in which we live. Perhaps that could be called toxic masculinity. Perhaps there are people out there that don't like the idea of cooperation. I've had people in my life who are very toxically masculine in the sense that they compete on all levels for no good reason. There doesn't need to be a competition about everything. This cooperation is also a very human trait, and we can also work together to create better things together. You don't have to compete. I'll tell you what toxic masculinity is in the way that I've experienced it. There have been people close to me in my life who I've worked with who thought that if you cannot do something better than someone else, if you are not able to compete on a level of someone else, what you got to do is take out their knees. Now, this is a way that some people think and behave. They think that if you do not... It's not that if you're not capable enough, but if you haven't worked hard enough at something, if you are not shining in the way that you should, a lot of people think that you should undermine your competition. And it's never about that for me. Shine. Be who you are. Work at being the best you can be. Be best, as it were. Because that's all you could do. You have control over your own person. If you don't feel that you're good enough at something, if you don't feel that you are on a competitive level, work harder at it. Also, what we're trying to do with the show. We're trying to do good. We're trying to grow the show. We're trying to take down people like Ben Shapiro and Charlie Kirk who are completely useless. We don't need them anymore. We need more voices in the world who are reflective of, I think, different opinions than sort of these soon-to-be minorities. Soon-to-be the minority opinion. Definitely the minority opinion right now is the conservative one. That's the minority opinion, but we're in a country that is under minority rule. That is party-wise. But what you got to do is realize that it's not about making other people look bad so that you look good. It's about looking good on your own. That's all I have to say about that. Did we talk to everybody today? Jeez. Oh. I agree with Aristotle, Full Throttle. But then again, I am Batman, and I am the most dangerous man in the world. I'm also a white man. But that aside, I have got some frozen margarita still in my utility belt, if anybody wants to share. Did somebody say frozen? Frozen margarita?
What do you mean, toxic masculinity? I don't even understand the concept.
Well, Bane, you wouldn't. You're so toxically masculine and you're so tiny. Perhaps we didn't. Perhaps you will never understand, but I find you to be incredibly shrinking. You're the incredibly shrinking Bane. Bane, what's going on here?
I don't understand myself.
Further away.
Hey everybody. I was just taking a little nap. I'm a baby. If you remember, please don't lest you forget I am an infant. I'm also 50 years old. I'm a 50-year-old infant, but I do need to take my nappy naps, okay? I do have I have a sippy cup, a pacifier, and I do often take a nappy nap. You guys want to see my sippy cup?
Yes. Yes, baby Yoda Fauci. We want to see your sippy cup.
I drink coffee. I drink coffee black. You know what I mean? Because I drink coffee black like my humor.
Why can't you ever get your glasses on?
Never mind that now. Just remember, you need to wear your mask. Keep your mask on. Stay safe out there. Do good. Be good. Remember to improve upon your own self and try not to take down others. Your rights are everyone's rights. It's human rights. This is what we are fighting for. If you guys want to donate to the ACLU, there's always a link that is provided. Particularly, there's a fundraiser every day on Instagram on Aristotle Full Throttle. If you want to participate in the show, wash your damn hands and click on the like button, okay? Subscribe, share, do the things. We're going to have so much friggin' merchandise. We're going to have little Baby Yoda robes, maybe. Maybe some Baby Yoda robes out there for you to wear. It's, one thing's for sure. We're not going to have any Rand Paul, because Rand Paul is an idiot. He's a stupid guy. He doesn't listen. He doesn't listen to what the experts say. I'm really sick and tired of being a 50-year-old alien baby doctor from Brooklyn. And the fact that I got to talk to senators like Rand Paul who don't know anything about science. Listen, I've been studying intergalactic medicine and virology and epidemiology for like the majority of my life, okay? I look like a baby, but I'm 50, okay? I understand how these things work. Rand Paul just wants to put people, you can't fight reality. Reality's all around. You just got to deal with reality, Rand Paul, okay?
I could just tell you the numbers. I could tell you the reality of the situation. And Rand Paul, you can go suck an egg. All right, thank you guys for joining Aristotle Full Throttle. I've been Dr. Baby Yoda Fauci. We got Dr. Baby Yoda Fauci on the show today. We got everybody in there. Soon, it's going to be a cast of 500 characters. It'll be actually pretty funny. I feel like I just hit my stride, but I do need to take a nap. I'm actually not tired today. I just have a little dizziness going on. My inner ear, my cochlea, if you will, is there's something going on with that. Thank you guys so much. Who's calling me? SAG-AFTRA is calling me. Should we answer it? Hello? Hello? SAG-AFTRA.
Release extension. The date for your May 2020 membership dues is October 1st. To maintain your membership, please make a payment today by visiting your billing portal at sagaftra.org. You may also press 1 to connect to our automated pay-by-phone system.
SAG-AFTRA trying to collect the money on me. You got to pay your dues. I think that's something we learned also today. Literally. I have to pay my dues for SAG-AFTRA. That's what they're trying to tell me. Guys, that's it. Thank you. I like to have my outros. Whoa! I like to have my outros extend for way too long.
I would like to end this show too. If there's anything that we should do, we should definitely end this show immediately. I've arrived to help put an end to this. I am Robot Cop. What's good? Please put down the show. You have 20 seconds to comply.
My face itches. Oh, I sound like RoboCop. Yep. This show's been a bunch of malarkey. All right? This show has been so much malarkey. If I saw you in this pony show, Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I'm Aristotle Full Throttle, you bro with the fro. And I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.